Hey guys, Stickey here, and today I'm doing a movie review commentary about the movie The Amazing Spider-Man. I saw it on the day it came out, which was 2 days ago, something like that. So yeah, The Amazing Spider-Man, it's hard not to compare it to the original Spider-Man, because the original Spider-Man is just like the same basic plot. So yeah, but speaking of that, they do in this movie, they do a very good job of keeping it very different from the actual other Spider-Man movie, which I think was just called Spider-Man, because they don't use the Green Goblin, they have the Lizard, and that's the big change. Secondly, instead of using like the web comes out of his arm, he has little capsule things, and it's like a machine thing that he made, which is different. And yeah, and what else is different? Oh, there's like a different girl. It's not like the other, what's it called, story or whatever, is a pretty generic Spider-Man story. Like, that's the main Spider-Man story. The Green Goblin's the main Spider-Man villain. They do an interesting take on this. Like, if it wasn't a Spider-Man movie, like, it wouldn't be very similar to, like, if it was like some different superhero, it wouldn't be very similar to the old Spider-Man movie. But actually going into the plot, which I don't need to talk about very much, but it's Peter Parker. He doesn't have a job in this one, and he's very socially awkward in this one. Like, there's this one scene in the movie where he just sits there and like mumbles for like 3 minutes, or I don't know if it's 3 minutes, but for like a few minutes, and he's just like and he's like trying to ask the girl out. But yeah, and they set it up for a sequel, they set it up for a sequel a lot. And even though it continues, like they have the video game that continues, I think that's going to be pretty disregarded to the plot, because it's a stupid video game, and I don't think it's that good of a video game, and it's going to sell, but it's probably not going to sell very good. And going back to the plot, Peter Parker gets bit by a spider. He likes to take photographs, and goes to Oscorp, and there's this guy, and he has one arm, and he's trying to fix himself, and he turns into the Lizard, and Peter Parker has to stop him. And there's kind of a neat little three-way, because Peter Parker is being chased by the police officer, and he's also fighting with a lizard at the same time, so there's like a nice dynamic there. But there is a subplot where Peter Parker tries to go after the guy who kills his, what's his name, his uncle, but that plot just kind of dies off randomly. Like, it doesn't get solved, and it's just so weird how they end it. They just like forget about it. And do I like this movie more than the original Spider-Man? No. Like, it's not a bad movie, but they over-dramatize some parts of the movie that don't need to be that dramatized. Like, the scene I was talking about where he mumbles on, that's just like drawn out a little too much, and like this fact that he's socially awkward is a little drawn out too much. And like in the last movie, he was a nerd, but he wasn't like socially awkward in this movie. Like in this movie, the kid pretty much has no friends in his skateboards by himself at the ship place all day. So yeah, so it's a pretty decent movie if you're looking for another superhero movie. Dark Knight's probably gonna be better, but it's a pretty decent superhero movie. Not up to the Avengers, but it's a pretty good movie. Not much else playing right now until like the Dark Knight comes out. But yeah. And I'll be doing some more movie reviews coming up here. 21 Jump Street I just saw, so rate, comment, subscribe.